everybody, it's Gerald with Channel Android, and this is the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Player 5-inch. We just received this in yesterday, and we do plan on doing a full review of it, which should come out in about a week or so, but until then, we just wanted to give you guys a quick look at it. So let's get this baby open. The first thing you will see is the phone itself. This thing is huge. Comparing it against the Droid 3, and you could see it makes the Droid 3 look miniature. You could actually fit the Droid 3 inside the Galaxy Player. Now the Galaxy Player 5 is a 5-inch player, so that does account for its size, whereas this is a 4-inch device. So before we go deeper into the phone itself, let's take a look at what else is inside the box. So flipping it open, and you will see the first thing is the health, safety, and warranty guide. Normal stuff that comes with these things. A normal USB cable for charging, micro USB. The USB to power adapter, so you can actually charge the thing. And a nice pair of headphones. This is actually, I haven't got to try these yet, but this is a nice set of headphones. I don't know if you could see it through the bag. They do kind of look comfortable, and they do come with different sizes for different ears. The reason this is very important is there is a radio built into this phone, and if you don't have the headphones plugged into it, the radio will not work. So this is very important. So let's move this stuff out of the way and take a look at the phone itself. First thing you'll notice is at the bottom, it lost the search button. So you have your standard back, home, and menu buttons. Though the truth is, who really uses the search button anyway? Up at the top, you have a speaker, as well as a front-facing VGA camera. One thing I did want to mention that this is a Galaxy Player, so this is not a phone. Even though it does have a speaker up here and does have a mic down here, this does not have a GSM or CDMA radio built in. So if you do want to use it for as a phone, you would have to use it over VoIP, which it can and is capable of doing. And as well as having the front-facing camera, you can use things like Quick or Skype or whatever to do video talking. So looking back at the bottom, you'll see, as I mentioned already, is the mic. And then there's also the headphone jack, as I mentioned, and then your USB port for charging and connecting to a computer. Flipping over to the other side, you will see the volume rocker and the power button. Up at the top, you will have your micro SD slot. I'm loving this trend of making accessible SD slots without having to shut off the unit. So if you needed to flip the SD, you could just pop this open, take the SD card out, put it back in, and you're good to go. On the other side, there's really not much to it. It's very blank. On the back is where you'll find most of the coolest features. You have your 3.2 megapixel camera on the back with LED flash. Now I know 3.2 megapixel really isn't too much, but in my testing so far, it takes pretty decent pictures. Wait for the review next week to see how well it really does stand up against some of the better phones out on the market today. And it also has stereo speakers, which is really nice. Generally, you'll be using the the headphone jack to listen to music and watch movies, but being able to have the stereo sound coming right out of the device is an advantage. It's not the best stereo sound, but it works really well for a device this size. Also, as you can see here, this is the 8 gig model, so this does come with 8 gigs of internal space. It has a 1 gigahertz Hummingbird processor, 512 megs of RAM, which we know isn't a ton, but it works really well. My Droid 3 has 512 megs of RAM, and it never has really much of a problem. It weighs in at about 6.5 ounces, just under that, and you could feel this is not heavy in the slightest, even though given its size you would think it would be a beast, but it's really not bad at all. It's about 3 inches by 5.5 inches by about half an inch. So the size of this, even though it has a nice big 5-inch screen, and again, compared to a Droid 3 or any other phone, it does look like a monster. It's pretty thin for its size, and pretty light. And as you can see, I have very small hands. It fits in the hand fine. It's a little big, so I do have a lot of problem hitting the corners, but in general, I think this is going to be fine. So that's pretty much it for the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Player 5-inch. There's also a 4-inch model that we did not get our hands on. It's pretty much exactly the same except a smaller screen. So keep a lookout for the review that we should having hopefully within the next week or two, probably next weekend it should be released. And this is the unboxing of the Galaxy Player. Thanks for joining us.